Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. We're right next to Seal Beach and Huntington Beach. It's a gorgeous morning. Just look at that beautiful Eastern Pacific. It can't get any more lovely for spotting whales. You can go gray whale watching here today. You can go fishing. There's some sand bass in Southern California. Some pretty good fishing south of the border going on right now, and so much more. You know what time it is, everybody. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning. Delicious. Hope you're enjoying a hot cup of coffee or whatever beverage you like to enjoy in the morning. Hot cup of tea or whatever. It's good to be with you. We got a lot to cover with you. Guadalupe Island closed indefinitely. We'll talk about that a little bit. Also, some good fishing south of the border down there around the area of Ensenada and south of there. We see lots of big bonita and so much more in that neck of the woods. Some big sand bass locally also, and bluefin tuna news. We've got all of that and more. It's great to be with you all. Don't forget tonight, the Danny Cadota Show. It should be another great one. Danny is so knowledgeable. He's such a nice guy, and he always puts a great show on. Friedman Adventures live 6 p.m. tonight. The Danny Cadota Show. Nobody like Danny. And more Friedman Adventures hats are being made up as we speak because the orders have been coming in. So go to our Facebook page, Friedman Adventures. There's a link there. Click on it, and you can get your very own Friedman Adventures hat. And that really helps us to continue with all the content we are trying to produce for you. So keep that going. And thank you so very much for your great support. 250,000 views the last month. So we deeply appreciate it. Can't wait to see what it's going to be like this summer. It should be off the hook. Looking forward to more of that. And if you like these videos, hit that like button, share these videos with a friend, subscribe, and of course, click that little bell, and you'll be notified when there is new content. We appreciate everything you're doing. All right, I'll start off with some albacore information, even though we're far from me making another stupid albacore prediction this year. But Tommy Holland got a hold of me, and we thank him for being in touch with the guys in the South Pacific. Previous to that big, beautiful full moon, it was pretty good with boats getting about 200 albacore per day in the South Pacific. But after the moon, man, it all went to spit, and it's been very, very slow. Water temps are 66 degrees, so that's about right. Joel Ralston had 50 fish the other day. Many of you know Joel, an old San Diego captain, great guy, and many boats had 0. So we'll see what happens and what that means for our Southern California albacore bite, or the possibility of it. I don't know what to tell you. We'll just wait a little bit longer because it's way too early for me, as I say, to make another silly prediction. All right, once again, we are also watching very, very closely the situation at Guadalupe Island, and there's not much watching to do anymore as the government of Mexico has closed Guadalupe Island for forever. I mean, indefinitely. Let's put it that way, okay? So, and that means shark cage diving also. Frederick Rutherford. Frederick, good morning. Thank you so much. Forwarded an article in USA Today where the island is closed to fish. It's closed to everything, okay? So they don't want to alter the sharks' behavior. Are great white sharks endangered? No, they're listed as vulnerable. So I can make that argument, changing animals' behavior for anything you do in the outdoors, whether it's building a new road, whether it's a city starting to expand, going skiing, pretty much anything you do in the outdoors, I can make that same argument. So using that logic, kids, people, just not going to be able to experience the outdoors anymore. So it's getting really silly. I'd like to see the data on how it changes the sharks' behavior and what they do that is detrimental to their existence. Well, what do I know? I'm just a dumb fisherman. All right, so bluefin tuna info. A seiner had a huge score way down, about 140 miles down the Baja coast, so down there around Colonette and those areas, and that bluefin tuna is still around. Now, we don't have any confirmation on sightings out on Cortez or Tanner or on the 60-mile bank or any of the local banks, but they might be there also, so we'll continue to watch that very, very closely. And the long run is going to do an exploratory trip, and we'll be on board for that. If you'd like more information, there's the number make sure you call and get on. We don't have a date yet, but at least you can get your name in there so when the date's announced, you are first on the list. Out of San Diego, the Long Run Sport Fishing. If you want to see that boat, just go to that website, the Long Run Sport Fishing, and you'll be up to date on all of that. All right, let's go down way south, down to Land's End, down to Cabo San Lucas, where they are still altering the fish's behavior down there. Sean Morgan on the Wild and Sack says there's a few more marlin being taken, some Dorado. Overall, there's been some windier situations in Cabo, so it hadn't been all that great. As I told you on previous reports, it was really good marlin fishing a few weeks back and really good Dorado fishing, but that has slacked off a little bit. Now we bring you up a little bit closer to home and we take a look down there at San Quintin area. They're fishing San Martin Island and down the Baja coast there, and there is bluefin tuna around. Have yet to catch it, mostly yo-yo iron, yellowtail, and copious amounts of colorful, good-eating rockfish. How can you beat that? Remember, keep your eyes back there. If you see a gray whale or something coming at me, a Chinese balloon, anything like that, please yell at me and let me know, because I want to be prepared if anything like that does happen. So good fishing there. Ensenada, wow, what a day down there yesterday for blackfin sport fishing. My dear friend Victor and all the people who make that place so unique and so much fun to fish out of. Big bonita, they're also catching tons of rockfish. It is really good, and they're seeing some yellows down there also. So good job at blackfin sport fishing. I love to see that kind of fishing here in these pristine and gorgeous weather scenarios in our wintertime. Yeah, it's cold, but if you get a day without wind, it can be absolutely beautiful out on the water. Nice day for them. Arnie sport fishing, catching a few calico bass and also those big bonita and rockfish, and same thing for our friend Diego Nuno at Costa Baja Sport Fishing. Diego's building a brand new, beautiful panga. It's going to be gorgeous. I got to be one of the first ones to fish on that. Right, Diego? Right? So I can't wait to get down there and fish with those guys. Punta Cala Net, boats out of San Diego are probably the best way for you to go down there and experience that. And there's been a sign of yellowtail. Guys haven't had any consistency in terms of their runs down there, but hopefully we'll get some boats out this weekend, go down to Colonet. Not out of the question to run in to that bluefin tuna. Yo-yo iron yellowtail, not out of the question. Hasn't been any consistent catches on that. What you can bank on is good rock fishing if you have good weather. And there's been some windy weekends here lately, so we'll keep our eyes on that. So far, it looks like it could be okay. We'll watch the weather down there very, very closely for you all. All right, San Diego-based boats continue to go across the border and do good on the rockfish. It's been really, really good in some cases with some nice big ones. The premier Monday through Friday. I was talking to the guys that operate that, and they're out of H&M Landing, and they tell me not only are they getting limits, but some nice big ones. So that's fun stuff. That's weekdays. Weekends they run double half days, so they stay in U.S. waters during that time period. Pretty good fishing going on there. And up and down the coast, we continue to see sculpin, whitefish on a beautiful day like this. What's wrong with going out and catching that great fish taco material? It's really, really good. But don't count out some really nice calicos at time, and mostly sand bass. Those wintertime sand bass are biting down in San Diego. We are seeing them. We're seeing them at Newport Landing. Check that out. And also our friend Marcus Fain up there on the new Del Mar out of Marina del Rey sport fishing with some nice big ones, including some octopus bycatch in the counts from time to time. So pretty interesting stuff going on there. In the surf, more and more halibut are being taken. It's a beautiful day today. Remember what you want to do now. You have a chrome crocodile, let's call it a 3/4 ounce or a Lucky Craft or whatever. Now's your time to cast, and then you come back in between those breaking waves. So you're coming back, you're going to beat this one that breaks. Now if you're going to cast right now, as long as you can get behind that, you make your cast now, and then you come in between the sets. Those fish, surf fish, stage behind that, and when that water breaks, especially the ones out further, it gets all the clams and the sand crabs and everything else up, and they come in to feed on it, and that's when you want your lure to be coming through there. That, or you can fish bait also. both ways are pretty darn effective. All right, my friends, there's a lot going on. Man, I'll tell you, that closure at Guadalupe Island is really sad. And like I say, if we can have a data-driven argument about it, I would love to do that. But unfortunately, we are living in a time when you say, man, it's sad they closed Guadalupe Island, and then you get accused of being an anti-environment and you want to exploit the creatures of the sea, and it's far from that. People that I know who fish, people that are doing the shark cage diving are more concerned about those creatures than just about anybody else. So I don't know what to tell you. We're living in a new era. All right, my friends, have a great day. Don't forget, it is showtime. Bart Hall Show, February 16th, Del Mar Fairgrounds. Then we come up here to the Orange County Fairgrounds, and PCS show will be going on. And then Day at the Docks in San Diego. That's a great one. You want to attend that. And finally, we end up with the Bart Hall Show in Long Beach at the end of March into April. It is showtime. All right, my friends, don't forget the Danny Cadota Show this evening. My coffee is still warm enough to get one more gulp out of it before I go up. Have a great day. We'll see you tonight at 6. And of course, don't miss our shorts, our reels. We'll be putting some more of those out here today. Take care, my friends. Have a great one. And I hope to see you really, really soon.
Throw off the bow, and the jig, as you reel it with the rod tip straight up, you're going to burn it like this. The jig's going to go across the surface, and you're going to see that rod just go boom, and they light up. They all turn blue and green in an instant.
We're a member of the mackerel family, the largest 183 pounds, but they're rumored to grow as big as 200 pounds. They can attain 60 miles an hour. They live to 6 years in age. They can change colors, and of course, we've all heard the tales of somebody winding a jig in to the boat and lifting the lure out of the water, and a wahoo launching itself right through the galley window. That is not a fable. That has indeed happened.
Like Point Vincennes days back in the 70s. Look at that.
Nothing better than a wide open calico bass bite along the Baja coast.
Hola. Good one. Swimming with it.
Always memorable times with Costa Baja sport fishing near Ensenada.
These two Pongero guys, commercial fishermen, they had been drifting for 5 days.
Jeez.
They said a cruise ship almost ran over them at night. Like literally they could touch the side of it. Another yacht pulled up to them and goes, oh, we'll call. They were kind of like leery. They go, we'll call the authorities, and no one ever showed up. So we give them water, and these guys are just gut, and it goes right through them. Man, we gave them showers and clothes, and we call the Mexican Navy. They pretty much thought they bought.
There's several of these little spots up this way. I mean, I don't know if it's worth. I don't know where you got off to, but this is like the third one I've seen here.
The other one was to the port a little bit.
Over this way. Hey, get ready here, guys.
Oh, look at that thing.
Don't at me, idiot. Jesus Christ. Don't at me, idiot. Jesus Christ.